everyone, I'm Lindsay. Welcome to my channel, and here I talk about all things related to wellness, my wellness journey, and hopefully some of these things will benefit you as well. So today I wanted to talk about a few things that I have found very useful for time management, which can be very much a challenge if you are struggling with energy issues from chronic fatigue or adrenal fatigue or whatever the issue is. When you're tired, it can be very challenging to manage your time. I have had so many days and so many weekends where I'm like, what did I do? Like, I don't even know if I did anything. I can't even remember, and my time just seems to slip through my fingers. So I have come up with a couple of things that have really helped me not only harness that time, but also track it so that I realize, actually, sometimes I realize that I was more productive than I originally thought. And that really helps with the momentum going forward. It makes me feel more motivated to get things done. And it's just kind of more of a snowball effect. I become more productive and my time seems to expand. So I'm gonna get into 3 tools that I use to take control of my time. So the first technique that I use is called the Pomodoro Technique. So if you have an 8-hour workday, or if you just want to be very productive for a certain amount of time, it's really helpful to break things down into time increments, and then you can set an intention for that increment and reflect at the end, and then also you take some time at the end to take a break, which helps your nervous system relax, and it's really good for people with fatigue issues, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But just to go into the technique a little bit, what you want to do is set a timer on your phone for 25 minutes. And you are going to set an intention and say, this is what I'm going to work on, and I'm going to focus for 25 minutes on this one task. And any other distracting things that come in, you write it down. You're not going to do any of the other things that distract you. You're going to be very focused for those 25 minutes. So at the end of the 25 minutes, you're going to look at that list of distractions that came up. You're going to pick which ones are the most important and work on them for the next 25-minute increment. By the end of the day, you're gonna have a long list of things to do, and you're gonna constantly reprioritize at the end of those 25 minutes. So at the end of the 25 minutes, you're gonna have a 5-minute period of reprioritization and then just relax. So you're gonna have 5 minutes, which I like to take, 30 seconds or something to just kind of reprioritize and plan what I'm gonna do for the next 25 minutes. But the majority of that 5-minute period, I meditate. I focus on my breath. I think of nothing or try to clear my mind as much as possible and relax as much as I can. Because what happens during those 25 minutes sometimes is that you're building up so much resistance, at least I do, and stress during that period. And it's really important for me to take those 5 minutes to calm my nervous system down so that at the end of the day, I'm not a total wreck. Just from having worked and the stress of a normal workday. It really does help, which will help to increase the energy for the next day and the next day. So what you're gonna do is 25-minute increments split up by 5-minute meditation sessions, and you wanna do 4 of those in a row. After 4 25-minute sessions, then you're not gonna do a 5-minute break, you're gonna do a 15-minute break or a 30-minute break, depending on how your workday is going, where you wanna put your lunch break. So this method also helps because you're gonna have a list of your to-dos and your priorities and things that you have actually accomplished during your day, and you can look back at the end of the day and say, wow, I got this, and this done, and this is also my list of things that I have to take care of tomorrow. And because you're constantly reprioritizing, it helps you to be more organized as well, which helps with your time efficiency. Also, here's a mini tip. If you are too tired to do 25-minute increments on a specific task, which happens to me a lot, especially if it's something that I'm procrastinating on, and I don't necessarily have anything holding me to accomplishing something, I will just do 5 minutes of it, and I will set my timer for 5 minutes, and quite often it leads to maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes or even longer. But the trick for me to get over that procrastination, because I am so tired, I just say 5 minutes, and that seems to really work for me. Okay, so my second tip for managing my time when I'm really tired and it's really hard to get organized, I track all of my time all day long, and this really helps me because I'm able to consciously pay attention to what I'm doing all day, so I don't have a lot of time that just like slips away that I don't know where it goes. At least if I'm procrastinating, I'm keeping track of that as well. So it really helps me to figure out where my time goes all day. And because I am consciously paying attention to it, because I'm tracking it with an app, I'm able to be much more focused and take advantage of the time that I do have. So I'm more efficient because I'm paying attention to it. So I'm going to show a little screen share of what the app looks like with my phone. So this is a app called Time Tracker, I think, and it's for Android, but I'm sure there are plenty of other time tracker apps. And this one I did have to do a lot of customization. I had to organize categories of tasks, and I color coded them so that I could look back at the charts at the end of the day and see how much time percentage-wise I'm putting into different categories. There are many ways of doing this, from like very, very complex, which is kind of what I'm doing, to just very basic, time tracker apps, and both will do very well, at least in the beginning. And if you find that it's helpful, then you can go and try to make it a little bit more complex. I think this is probably the second or third time tracker app that I've used, so you can upgrade as you go along. But again, I use this app, and I track every single minute. I track when I'm eating, I track when I'm cooking, I track when I'm procrastinating, I track when I am taking my dog for a walk. Everything is tracking because I'm in this habit of marking down what I'm doing at every minute and logging that time. And this really helps me at the end of the day. I can sit down and review and see how much time I'm putting into different tasks, and sometimes I am surprised, and I'll go back and I didn't waste that much time. I thought I was wasting more time than I was. Or maybe I go back and I realize, wow, I wasted way too much time on X, Y, and Z. So this is really helpful because when you're really tired, your brain doesn't work as well, and you're kind of foggy, and it's hard to remember what you did in a day. So this will help you make conscious note of what's going on in your day. So the third tip that I want to share with you that I have found to be very helpful for keeping track of my time and maximizing my time, especially when I'm tired, is scheduling out my day in advance. So there's something about making a schedule for everything that I'm doing the next day, because it programs my mind to whatever I intend to do for the next day. A lot of people recommend scheduling out their day in the morning, but for me personally, this doesn't work because I am the most tired and the most groggy and not feeling great in the morning. I'm just not feeling a lot of energy. I have the most energy at night, and so this is where you want to do your schedule, is where you're feeling kind of like at your peak, and you're going to set your intentions for what you want to do the next day when you're feeling good the day before. Or if you feel the best in the morning, go ahead and do it then. But for me, that didn't work. And there really is something about making intentions to do something for the future that programs your mind, and it will carry it out at least partially on autopilot. So it makes the day so much easier. When you're tired, all you want to do is sleep and procrastinate and not do anything productive, and you really want your mind to go on autopilot because you're tired. So this is a really good way of taking advantage of the fact that your mind wants to be on autopilot. So plan your day the day before, the night before, and I'm gonna link an example of what I do on Google Sheets. I color code my day, and I just kind of have a template, and it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. But I have different blocks of time for all of my different activities and the things that I want to accomplish for the next day, and I really try my hardest to stick to it. And there are many times when there are things that come up in my schedule that I have to shift things around, but I only do that if it's like kind of like an executive decision to do something more important, as opposed to, oh, I just don't feel like doing it, so I'm not gonna do it right now. Those kinds of changes I try not to make. But I will make changes if there's something that if I feel like, oh wow, I think my energy is really low right now, I could swap out this low energy task and do that right now, and then take care of this higher energy task a little bit later, and switch my schedule around like that, rather than just saying, I don't feel like doing it right now. But making the schedule really helps to have everything flow on kind of more of an autopilot. So it takes less of your mental energy, and it makes it easier to get throughout your day, and you're more efficient with your time management. So I'm going to link that Google Sheet below, and hopefully that will help you. And let me know what you think of these time management tips. I would love to hear from you, and good luck with your time management, and take care, and I will see you next time.